Hey everyone, so a customer sent this book to me. This is Aquaman number 35. It's the first appearance of Black Manta. And they want me to see what I can do such that it doesn't interfere with their grading. So we're going to do what we can. Here's what it looks like on the front, and I'll show you the back in a minute. So try to here's the back looks like. The back is what we're more concerned about. We've got some overspray here, blue ink. Probably stuck to another book. There's some dirt. The spine looks okay, so I'm not going to mess with that too much or at all. I'm just going to do clean. Now we've lost some ink already over here. We're going to try to improve the general appearance. We're hoping for maybe a half-point bump. We'll see what we get. First thing I'm going to do is wipe it lightly with a makeup pad, just to get a sense of what I'm looking at here. This will tell me if some of the ink is loose. If anything's coming off of it. I can feel rust. This is very rough. I'm looking for rough areas. Rubbing this around, I'll feel and see any dirt that's on here. I'll get a sense of it. And it's coming up. I'm getting a little bit of the dirt here. Look at the back too. That's a sense that we'll get more off the back here. And of course we do. I can already tell. I can feel it. So you can feel a rough spot. And I'll just do this for a while. It's going to take me a little bit doing this to make it look better. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm picking up some dirt. It's not a lot. But this will help. It'll look a little better. Now I'm going to take my rubber sponge, just kind of lightly go, especially over the edges here. See what I can get off. So one of the things I like to do is to put a board near the edges so I can keep the paper from wrinkling a little. I only go one direction, you'll notice. I never go back and forth. I'm always away from the spine. This thing is pretty limited in what it can do, but you want to start with this to pick up what you can. A lot of times this sort of blue ink stuff will come up at that point. We'll get that off of there, I'm almost certain. But we're going to reduce the amount of the blue as much as we can before we get started. I see a little bit of dirt coming up here. It's not a lot. So it's not like your standard loose household soil. It's like ink transfer from other books and stuff like that. Getting that in here. The next step is to take my Absorbing on here, which is this kind of red Play-Doh stuff. And I'll make a little hot dog out of it here. So I don't rub it on the book, I'll roll it. And I'll just kind of I'm just using all these different methods to pick up whatever I can from this book. We'll get the wet cleaning at the end as we have to. And let's see here. I can roll this over here. I might do this again at the very end because it tends to leave a little bit of a shiny glow on the cover, which sometimes the wet cleaning will remove. So I like to do this at the end. So it's not really picking up much, but you can see in this, I don't know if you can tell, you can see how much dirt. This was a clean, brand new sponge, so I picked up quite a bit of dirt. I'm just going to work on this for a few minutes. I won't bore you, but we'll stop and look at it later. Alright, now I've steamed the book to get it warm, and I'm going to now wet clean it. So I've got my soap solution here, which I dip the pad in. A little bit extra. It's going to take a couple times of this, I'm almost certain. I'm just going to wipe it on here. And then we're going to get that off a little bit. We'll aggressively attack that blue stuff if These gentler methods don't remove it, and we will definitely get it off of there. And we're going to just wait a little bit. Find that if you just wait, look at, there's some fingerprints. I don't know if you can see them, but there's someone's fingerprints there. If you then wipe it a little more, you will get, I'm probably going to pick up some of this blue here. A lot of that overspray off. Yeah, you can definitely, this thing is getting thick with overspray ink, so we'll get that off. Yeah, there's a lot. I get the other side here. Well, it's looking better already, because just all that loose soil, which looks more uniform, you know, if nothing else. And give it a few seconds, and I'll wipe it with another one. Clean guy here. Just gonna get that wiped off. In the end, I might have to go at it with some water alone just to make it look more even. And that's it for now. I'm still picking up a lot of dirt, but we'll do this a lot of times. And we'll put a Q-tip under both sides and let it kind of dry in the air. And we just wait at this point. One thing we never want to be is impatient, so we're going to take our time and just do this a little bit. You've basically already lost the game if you start being impatient. We're going to see this blue ink right here, and we're going to use a more polar cleaner. Here we go, it's coming off. This is my most polar soap, and it is lifting the ink right up, so that's good for us. We'll get this off too, while we protect the rest of it. So we will get that. Yep, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but it's coming right up, so we're doing okay. We'll just have to do this very slowly and methodically. We're going to go through a million Q-tips and just get all of this ink spray, overspray off of this book. We're going to go up here a little. We're just going to kind of, there we go, let's do it right off. It is. We're going to clean it up, so we're doing okay. It's just, we're going to do this and then we let it dry, and do this and let it dry, and do this and let it dry. Here, especially, it's going to be difficult. We're going to have to get right in between these areas. That's going to be harder. But we're getting it. Yeah, you can see all that. I don't know if you can see on this guy here, but we are at the end of that Q-tip. We are getting it off of there. It's going to be a while. This will be boring for you to watch. I'll stop. So, how do we do? Well, I would say it looks not much better. Looks a little better. And I might be imagining it looks a little more reflective, mostly because it's probably flatter. And the back, that's where you have some improvement. We've got the blue ink here is mostly gone. This is cleaned up. That's cleaner. It's flatter. It looks a little better. Not terrific, but better.